Hey team, this is just a quick video. I want to remind all of you that I appreciate all of your hard work, what you're doing out there on the track and on the roads. And I want to remind you to be like an eagle, okay? And the reason why I'm mentioning this is there's only one bird in the world that has the nerve to mess with an eagle, and that's the crow. There's a crow will land on the back of an eagle's back and annoy it and peck on it, but the eagle stays focused. The eagle doesn't the eagle doesn't try to stress out and flip out and try to fight the crow. What the eagle does is it rises in altitude. And the eagle will stay focused and committed regardless of what's going on, whatever the eagle's dealing with, in this case the crow, but the eagle stays calm. It just continues to rise in elevation to the point where the annoyance, the crow, has to fall off, okay? So there's a lesson here. Whatever you're dealing with in the sport, whether you're stressed out, whether your schedule just doesn't permit what you're asking of yourself, remember what the eagle does. It stays focused, it's strong, it's committed, and it continues to rise. Because it knows that the altitude will make the crow fall off its back. It doesn't have to fight. It doesn't have to do anything. It just has to rise in elevation. And it knows its limits. It knows, and it also knows its strengths. So keep in mind that if you stay focused, if you stay committed to what you're doing, regardless of what you're dealing with, you're going to get to the finish line. You're going to achieve what you want. But remind yourself of what the crow does and what the eagle does. The crow thinks it's something, but the eagle, regardless of what it's dealing with, it just continues to rise in elevation until the crow eventually falls off. And so a lot of times as a middle to long distance runner, we're placing stresses on ourselves that we do not need to place on ourselves. Just stay focused, stay committed, stay driven to what you want. And think about that. Think about the philosophy of the eagle and how it just continues to rise in elevation and not having to fight what it's dealing with. It knows its strengths. It knows what it's capable of. It doesn't need to fight. It doesn't need to stress out. It just needs to rise in elevation. So the same with you. Continue to rise in elevation. Continue to stay focused. Believe in what yourself. You're far stronger as a human being than an eagle. But remember the eagle and what it does when it's stressed out and what it does to overcome what it's dealing with. Hope that's helpful for all of you. Stay focused.